What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the badlsx Garage YouTube channel. It's the second episode of Garage Talk. We're finally here. We finally made it. Long time no see. Life has gotten in the way, but we're here now, and let's get started with it. So in the video today, we're actually going to talk about some of your guys' questions that you've left in the comment section or in the email. And email will be down here at the bottom of the screen if you'd like to leave a comment or whatever. And we're also going to talk about the dynojet PV4 that I just recently put on my 2024 Road Glide. We're going to discuss, is it easy to use? Can you easily use it if you're a first timer? And I'm going to give you my overall thoughts and opinions about using the dynojet PV4 after 1,000 miles. But first, I want to talk about a recent issue that I just had with one of my trybee bag latch lights. As you guys know, the majority of my lighting on my 2024 Road Glide is from an Amazon company called Trybee. Great lighting, great products. Not had any issues with them at all. But while I was out with the Great American Convoy, we was at a gas stop and I was shedding off clothes and just throwing things in the saddlebag, and I noticed a wire that was poking out, a wire that shouldn't be naked, and it was actually pulled away from the latch light. Now, with all the rush of the gas stops and just the excitement of trying to get everything done, I didn't check everything out right then. But once I got home and I actually dug into it to see what was going on, well, I'm assuming that in my rush of stuffing things in those bags, plus my poor wire placement, I probably more than likely pulled that wire out, either stuffing my clothes or when I shut the saddlebag lid. So, easy enough fix. I'll just order another one. But before I did, I actually decided, well, I'm going to hit up Trybee and just tell them, see what they say. I mean, what are they going to say? No? Okay, big deal. But to my surprise, they didn't say no. They actually didn't even ask any questions at all. They said, hey, absolutely, we got you one in the mail. And within a couple of days, guys, I was already had a replacement here and was already back out on the road shining up the night. I do want to tell you guys that this wasn't an issue of Trybee. It was a me issue. It was me stuffing my saddlebags, not paying attention whatsoever to what I was doing, and caused the wire to pull out from the latch light. Now, the wire on the back of that latch light is thick. It's well insulated. It honestly, it should never come out. But if you're rough with it, if you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing with it, absolutely it's going to come out. But I just want to emphasize that it was no fault of Trybee whatsoever. I just want you guys to be aware, if you do have these sort of lights, to be careful. Be a little bit more cautious of what you do. I know I'm going to start being. That's why, honestly, that I have Trybee on this bike, because one, they have excellent products. They look different than everybody else's. It's better than stock. And the customer service is on point. How could you not? Like, seriously, go check out Trybee for any of your lighting needs for these 23.5 up road glides and street glides. So now let's answer a few of your guys' questions. Now, these questions I may have already directly answered to you, but if I felt or feel like that this is something everyone could benefit from, I'm putting it out there. So just so you understand. The most recent comment that I've gotten was actually just a few days ago from one of my subscribers, Sean Faux Snow 7426. And he wants to know how many miles have I actually put on this air cleaner and what's my opinion of it. So before I answer this question directly, I do want to tell you guys that this didn't exist. There wasn't a whole lot of options out there. You either had the really expensive options or you had just this option, which came from eBay. And it was just strictly what it was, and that's all you had. I bought it, put my twist on it with a pocket knife and help from Amazon, and it came out looking like this. Now, to answer Sean's question, I have around 2,000 miles on this air cleaner. When I bolted it up and took it out for the first ride, I could automatically tell that the bike was a little bit more responsive. You could feel it, you know, it was just, it was there. The gas mileage after the first full tank of gas was run through it, I could tell a difference as well. It was a little bit better on the mileage. And honestly, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, guys, it sucks. Like, you can hear the air sucking through it. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It's funny that this question got asked because last week I just cleaned it for the first time and I was pleasantly surprised. I just used Dawn dishwashing liquid and a little bit of warm water and a toothbrush, cleaned everything out really well. Now, one would think this cheap air cleaner, it would be brittle, it would fall apart. None of that happened. It's still in good condition, good form. And guys, listen, I can't say with 100% certainty, but I believe that this thing is making just as much torque and horsepower as your big expensive models. Now, I can't prove it, but you can't disprove it either. And since I've tuned my bike with the dynojet PowerVision 4, the difference, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about the difference here in a few minutes. This next question that's been asked has been asked by several different people in person and online. And I want you to know that it's not a motorcycle related. It's actually to do with the backwoods transmission flush that I did on my 2018 Silverado. People want to know, did it fix the Chevrolet Shake? And even though this should be a direct answer, in a way you kind of gotta go down a rabbit hole. The Chevy Shake can be caused by a number of things. It could be the transmission, it can be the torque converter, it could be imbalanced wheels and tires, it could be a bent axle. You know, it goes on and on. It's a rabbit hole type of deal. But if we're strictly talking about the shutter, the transmission aspect of the Chevrolet Shake, then yes, it fixes the problem. Like I said, if you have other issues, then you're going to have to diagnose those first. But there's something that you guys need to understand when I say that, yes, it fixes it. It's a temporary fix. It's not something that's going to be a full-time fix. If you put the proper fluid in, if you put that temperature, the thermostat in the transmission, you do all of that, yes, it's going to help. And tune. Obviously, the tune is a big part of this. It's going to help, but it's going to be continuous. You're going to have to do this transmission flush again at X amount of miles. Who knows what those X amount of miles are, but it's going to happen again. And the thing about it is, it's the torque converter with these trucks. So unless you replace the torque converter and go with a different aftermarket torque converter, it's going to be the same issue again. So as you can see, I can give a direct answer. Yes, it fixes the problem, but at the same time, it's not a fix. It's a temporary fix. So just be prepared. Just know in the back of your mind that eventually you're going to have to spend the money and just replace the torque converter. That's going to be the best option. I mean, by the time you keep buying fluid and going through all of this, you can probably just go ahead and buy a new torque converter, because three flushes and you're going to pay for the torque converter. So just throwing that out there. You do what you want to do. I was asked the question. I'm throwing it out there. It fixed my truck for the time being. I've put, I don't know, probably 10,000 miles on the truck. Is it coming back? Not yet, but will it? More than likely. Now let's talk about why the majority of you are still watching. You want to know about the dynojet PV4 on the new Milwaukee 8 Gen 2 117s. You want to know, is it worth it? Is it easy to use? And do I feel a difference on it? So let's start off with the usage. Now, I tried to pull myself out of the box. I tried to put myself in a position to where that I'm just a newbie. I don't know anything about tuners whatsoever, even though I kind of do, because I did a Fuel Pack 3 on this bike years ago. But I tried to pull myself out as if, you know, I don't know anything. And right off, I can say the first thing that I want to tell you guys is, especially with these new model design bikes, is make sure that you have a battery charger plugged into these bikes. These bikes are notorious for the battery going dead quickly, very, very quickly, because look at all the electronics. You have that big heads-up display. The lighting's all LED. It drains the battery faster. So that's one thing that you want to make sure that, whether you're a newbie or whether you're experienced, that you have a direct connection to that battery and getting a good charge. Now, I seen something on, I believe, Mickey Cohan's channel. It's 14 volts that these bikes want to keep while you're doing a tune. So kind of keep that in mind. It's not going to have 14 volts if you have the ignition on, engine off, and all the electronics on. So just kind of keep that in mind. Another thing that I want to tell you is to have patience. Take your time. As much time as you think it will take you, double that. So in other words, just Don't rush. Read the prompts closely. Follow what the tuner asks you to do. And just don't make it harder than what it needs to be, guys. It's truly that easy. Now, I haven't done an auto-tune session yet. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to. So let me explain. When you buy your dynojet from Fuel Moto will make you a custom tune for free. Now, yes, dynojet comes with canned tunes that you can put in your bike, but they're not really specific for your bike. They're just to get you close. When you order that dynojet from Fuel Moto has a drop-down box, and then you specifically put what you have done to your bike. They customize you a tune, send it to you through your email, and guys, it's like having a tuner in your back pocket, literally. So when I told Fuel Moto what was done to my bike, they made me a specific tune for my bike. And to me, that tune is spot on. Now, I can't say with 100% certainty that it is, because I don't have AFRs hooked up and all of this stuff to actually dial and dig into it. But I can tell you that from riding this bike, that it's 10 times better than it was before. So I'm 1,000 miles in at this point, and I can already tell you that this bike is a different machine. I've ridden different road glides and street glides, the new model designs, and they all, when you put them in sport mode, feel a little bit jerky. Like it's just, you can't get the smoothness that you need. No matter if you go into the settings and try to adjust everything, you still can't get it to where it needs to be. dynojet, it takes care of that jerkiness. It's gone. The power is immediate and all the way through the power band. There is no more lag. There is no more anything. It's just instantaneous right then and there. And the gas mileage, you would think that, okay, I have a tuner. The bike is on point. I'm dogging the bike. Yes, I'm dogging the bike. It's my bike. I'm going to ride it how I want to. You would think the gas mileage is suffering. I can tell you that the bike has went from 49 miles per gallon to 54 with the dynojet tuner on it. Now, you guys tell me how that's even possible when I can't stop cranking on my hog. So here's where I need to tell you guys that it's my opinion, and I don't need to tell you anything, honestly. Honestly, if I didn't believe in it, it wouldn't be on this channel right now. If I didn't believe in it, it sure wouldn't be on my bike right now. So take that however you want to take it. Now, if you're wanting more horsepower and torque out of your Gen 2 M8 without breaking the bank, I think that's the way to go. If you're looking to just do some bolt-ons, I think that's the way to go. I think if you're wanting to do a cam change and some bolt-ons, I think that's the way to go. Now, what would it be like with a big bore kit? I don't know. I think maybe stepping outside the box would be different, but I don't know, because I'll never know, because I won't never go that far with this bike. I don't think. Who knows? We could be having a different discussion later on. But right now, I think, honestly, dynojet PV4 is honestly the way to go. But I am going to say this with a caveat. I would only buy the dynojet PV4 through Fuel Moto for the simple fact that they go hand in hand. They know the aftermarket deal. They know everything. They work together. So why wouldn't you want a dyno tuner pretty much in your back pocket? You buy the dynojet PV4, PV3, whatever, through Fuel Moto, and you've got unlimited tunes for life. I mean, seriously, that's impressive to me. That's just impressive. So look, no, I am not sponsored any way, shape, or form by Fuel Moto or dynojet, anybody. I'm just telling you guys, these are just my thoughts and opinions. You guys know what's out there. You know the other versions. You know the other brands. You pick what is best for you and your needs. Thank you for stopping by once again at the Bad LSX Garage Talk. If you have any questions, any comments, sly remarks, whatever, leave them in the comment section. Or if you have something personal that you want to talk about, I'll leave my email address down here. Email me. I'll get back with you. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow, but I'll definitely get back to you. And who knows? One of your questions could actually be on Garage Talk. I love each and every one of you. And until next week, are you ready? Let's do this. Peace.